Hello, my name is Tremaine Kwashipi. I'm with Team Golf, and today I will be discussing location with regards to your business. So the first question that we start off with is how do you choose the right location? And there are a lot of different components to choosing the right location, and we will discuss all of those components in the presentation. You will notice that a lot of your questions will be answered. We're going to discuss the types of location. We're also going to discuss the needs of your location. We'll also discuss some other concerns. And then we'll just conclude by going back over the information presented. Sorry about that. So the first thing, determine your needs. What are going to be your needs? So brand image, competition, local labor market, plans for the future, proximity to suppliers, safety, zoning regulations, all of those are concerns. And with your brand image, you want to discuss, is the location going to be consistent with the image that you want to maintain? So, is the location going to be ideal for what you're looking forward to? So if you're saying that you're a modern, in the happening of city place, but you're in a back alley, that's not going to give the same image that you're portraying. You also want to talk about, are the businesses around you going to be complementary to your environment? So for example, if we're looking to do a franchise, and which franchising a Chuck E. Cheese, we wouldn't want our Chuck E. Cheese located right beside an exotic strip club. That wouldn't be really good. For labor market or local labor, you want to know where the potential employees. So for me, I noticed that when a lot of companies come to the rural area that I live in, they often see the community college as a plus because of this reason that we can train potential employers or employees. So that's something that's going to be important to them. When you're looking at future growth, is the building that you're looking at or the location you're looking at, is it going to be able to grow, or will you quickly outgrow the business? So you don't want a facility that's 1,000 square feet and you may be having a barber shop, and you don't want to outgrow it because you have 5 barbers and everybody's on top of each other. Proximity to suppliers, will you be able to find things that you need quickly? Will they be able to find you? You also want to consider the crime rate. That has a lot to do with safety. Will employees feel safe? A lot of people think about the customers, but how about your employees when they're coming to work? Will they feel safe walking alone outside, or at night, or early in the morning? And then lastly, you want to determine whether your building is going to have any type of zoning issue. One thing that is key here, and just a simple example, is I live in the city limits. So when I'm looking to do a yard sale, I have to pay. That was something that I didn't know, that this is just a simple yard sale. But there's a fee because of the zoning issue, because we're in town. If I lived on the outskirts of town, I wouldn't have to pay. So you just want to find out information. Is it properly zoned? And you can easily obtain this information by going to a local planning organization. And that is how you can determine that issue. So there's many possibilities, as the picture states, but you definitely first want to discuss your needs. So now that we've kind of looked at our needs, now we're going to discuss what type of location is needed. So the first is home base. This is possibly one of the most trendiest locations for businesses these days. You're finding that more entrepreneurs are starting at home and then deciding to move into a commercial space as their business grows. And we discussed that when we looked at needs. Others start with a home at the thought that they'll never move. They kind of said, hey, I'm not moving. You can run a home-based business in an office, a spare bedroom, the basement. We even find some entrepreneurs that are starting on their kitchen table. There are some plus sides to this. You don't have to worry about negotiating leases, coming up with substantial deposits or commuting. But on the downside, is there enough room for physical growth? And this is limited as you are trying to accommodate employees and also meeting with clients is a challenge. Next, we're looking at retail. With retail space, these come in a variety of shapes and sizes. So you have some that are enclosed in malls, strip shopping centers, freestanding buildings, downtown shopping districts, or mixed-use facilities. You also find that retail space can be in like airports or other transportation facilities, hotel lobbies, sports stadiums, and a variety of temporary or special event um, venues. Mobile, whether you're selling something to the general public or to other businesses, if you have a product or service that you can take it to your customers. One of the most unique ideas that I heard about, I was reading a magazine, I think it dealt with entrepreneurs, and there was a company that had started a mobile barbershop. So this is most times we think of barbershops being at like a home base or retail, and they were mobile. So they had a van, and they would travel to like nursing homes to cut people's hair, but also people could stop them and get in their vehicle and then get a haircut. You also going to have commercial. Commercial space includes even more options than retail. Commercial office buildings and business parks offer traditional office space geared to the business. You'll find that commercial office space in downtown business districts, business parks, and sometimes in suburban retail facilities. One office option is to consider an executive suite, where the landlord provides the receptionist and secretarial services, faxing, photocopying, conference room, and other support services as one of the space packages. Executive suites help you protect the image of professional operation, and this is very important as we're going to discuss brand image. Industrial. If your business is involved in manufacturing or heavy distribution, you'll need a plant or some type of warehouse facility. Light industrial parks typically attract smaller manufacturers and non-polluting industries, as well as companies that need showrooms in addition to manufacturing facilities. Heavy industrial areas tend to be older and poorly planned and usually offer rail or waterport access. Through industrial parks are generally newer and often better infrastructure. This is a lot about the type of location that is needed. So this is really important for you to really think, what type of location are you going to need to accomplish your product or service? The next thing associated with location is definitely financing. You want to know a lot about your finances. That's going to be a major piece is determining your finances. When it comes to finances, you want to talk about the hidden costs that are associated with finances. So sometimes we don't think about those deposits. Deposits on rent. Sometimes if you're renting a retail space, you're going to have to pay like a first month's rent and a deposit. You also want to consider your utilities costs, and this is where research and development comes into play. You want to know, are your bills going to fluctuate during the winter and decrease during the summer? You want to consider taxes, some local taxes. Here in Hereford County, we have county taxes and city taxes, and that is important to know. Our taxes are somewhat higher in the state, so we definitely consider that when looking at a business in town, because it seems as if you're getting double taxed. Minimum wage, that's a huge conversation now. For small businesses, if minimum wage went up to $15 an hour, and some people are proposing it, then that would have an effect on your location because you have to pay people more. And then there is the situation of what state you're in. You could be 5 miles from another state, but you want to consider, do I need to be in state A or state B due to minimum wage laws? Also, healthcare. Healthcare is a topic that we've been discussing. And for small business or startups, healthcare is associated with your location because of your finances. You definitely have to pay for healthcare. Then there's government economic incentive, and these are similar to like stimulus grants that the government has provided, and these can help offset some of your costs. There's also like in the state of North Carolina, we have a building reuse grant for people who are looking to use older buildings. They can finance money or receive a grant. So it's really not even financing. It's going to be debt free where you can repurpose a building. Other concerns for the location, when you're looking at style of operation, this goes back to the brand, um, image. If you're in a business and retailing, do you want like a traditional store, or would you like to have operating from a kiosk, like such as in a mall or various locations? Are you wanting your business to be very formal or elegant, or are you looking at it to be kickback and casual? Demographics are certainly huge. When considering a location, you want to make sure that the demographics meet your needs. Um, so you want to consider who your customers are going to be. For retail and service providers, this is very critical. For other types of businesses, it might not be as important. The demographic profile you have for your target market will help you make this decision. Foot traffic, as the picture depicts, you want to know how many people are going to be walking, driving, or going past your location. You do not want to be in a dead end spot of town. You want to be in a high traffic area. Accessibility and parking, that is important as well. When you're considering a facility, are your customers going to be able to have enough space to park? Are your employees going to be able to have enough space to park? You also want to consider, again, proximity to other businesses. You don't want to be in a dead end of town where nothing is going on. One thing that you want to know is, I've often seen that businesses that are located beside each other often is a good thing. So if we have, again, going back to the barbershop example, if a barbershop is located right near a fashion store, when people go out, they get a haircut or they get their hair done, they might want to go ahead and buy an outfit for the weekend. You want to consider history of the site. The historic that goes back to research and development, researching the history to know, is the building going to be great for what you're looking for. And with ordinances, that is the last piece of it. Find out if any, again, with the zoning restrictions, you don't want to be somewhere where they do not want you. Again, with going back to the example of Chuck E. Cheese, you wouldn't want to have Chuck E. Cheese open up and then a liquor store is going to be right beside it. So you have to find out what is coming. That goes back to our research and development. So in conclusion, you've heard me talk a lot about doing the research. I think this is really important. And then also finding out, is the area going to be business friendly? Those are some of the most important factors when looking at location. As the picture depicts, you are looking to get to the end result of the now open sign, the grand opening, and then everything will fall into place. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me. Again, this has been a presentation by Team Golf. My name is Tremaine Kwashiku. Thank you for listening.